Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, set. 54. Mike 54. Get this worm on. Hey, box drop.
Jones on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, but it'll be a third and long situation coming up.
It's now third down and long.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long.
All day, defense, all day.
Operating from the gun, Jones. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Fields. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, first and 10 at their own 21. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Now a give, right side. It's Carson. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with third and 5.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They'll run on first down. Carson, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest, you can draft the most athletic guys, but if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now it's Wilson. Flushed out right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Giants have it. It's picked up.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Set, ready, 18 Gator. Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. Rip left, rip. Blue draw, Porter.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 15-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Throwing is Wilson. He's got his man on the crossing route. Give him 32 on the play.
Let's go.
It's a gain of 32. First down, Seattle.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On first down, it's Carson, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
No score.
Move the team. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag.
That one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Tries to hit Jennings, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if finally we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 39.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Looking deep for Jennings. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. This is Carson. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They run it with Carson. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece.
That ties the game at 7. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 39.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Five.
Off play action. Jones. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Three down. Hey, seam six. Ready?
Here's Jones operating from the gun. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied. And
in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosashan to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Now Wilson on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Pass incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that 1st quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, You got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. On 2nd and 9, Jones. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So that last penalty making this 3rd down much more manageable. 3rd down, 4 yards to go. Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It's
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vic Beasley making it look easy, cruising in for the sack. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Wilson. He's got a man complete. The 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. 84 yards as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Myers connects on the PAT. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This one taken from the 7. Spinning past him. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something...
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Now on 2nd and 13, Wilson. Flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch there. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Lorenzo Carter. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
56. Mike, 56.
Now Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Cut. Bravo. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. You ain't going nowhere. Watch twist. Watch the twist. Rush in.
Now Jones. And he fires one incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
Hey, Alpha. Right there. 54. Right there. Fire.
Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking...
This is caught at the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Yeah, they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here we go. Hey, Charlie. 54, let's go.
On 2nd and 9, Jones looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fields. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
1st and 10 at the
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Blue down. Shift. Safe. Hard. Go. Hey, zoom.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
On these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing, Jones. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Now it's Wilson. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On third down, Wilson. And that is incomplete. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hey, high 7. Check. Hey. Right 54.
Watch the out. Mike 5-4. Mike.
There.
In your face.
Check 3. Hey, exit. Wide. Get wide. 54.
Jones going to throw again. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah,
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Off the play fake, here's Wilson, rolling to his right. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Wilson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Exit 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Carson. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. Now Wilson. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Myers' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
Now Saquon Barkley. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 45-yard line. Jones now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Saquon Barkley running right, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. 1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. From the gun, Jones looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 43 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Here's Jones operating from the gun. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. PAT up and good by Rosas. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 times. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Preload.
56, Mike.
Hey, 0.
Wilson wants to throw it. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hodges.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Alert.
It's going to be a long day. Come on, boy. 56. Check 56.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Wilson to throw. Looking deep for Jennings. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. Jennings was the one he was looking for. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Go.
He'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10.
Hey, Wahoo!
Right there. 54, right there.
Look at me. Go, go.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey, look.
Get it.
They'll look to throw. And Woods has it complete.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more where it came from.
Ready?
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Hey, Hayward.
Watch out. Check right 50.
Rock it.
Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. Check 26. Check 26. Check. Fresno.
Cut up.
Back to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Fields. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On the ready.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Watch the run.
Yep.
That's mine. I got it. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. It's a party now.
Hey, Delta.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
He's back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Jones now throwing on 4th down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney and the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
380.
And watch the leg.
They'll run on 1st down. Carson, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if you picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down. It actually aids the defense in that situation.
So the victory here for Seattle, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was